الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب واحلم أن يجعل الله يواجه أحمده سبحانه وتعالى وأشكره وهو أهل حمد وثناء وأشهد أن لا إله إلا وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ومصطفى اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, we thank Allah Almighty always for every opportunity to know that essence, to know that glory, that power, that secret, that mercy, that gift that Allah Almighty has given every human being. But we're not showing an understanding or gratitude of what Allah Almighty has given us. And as a result of that, it has caused us to be disobedient servants to Allah Almighty. Allah says that curses were pronounced on those among the children of Israel who rejected faith by the tongue of David, Dawood, and Jesus, Esau ibn Maryam, the son of Mary, because they disobeyed and persisted in excesses. Now, the curses were pronounced by those whom Allah Almighty had sent to be among the people, because Allah Almighty is so hidden from us. But Allah Almighty wanted us to know Him, so He created us. But that is such a long journey. We think that it's a long journey from the time that the sperm of our father reaches the egg of our mother, and that journey into where we have become now during the 9 months of gestation. And if we able to continue that journey, we are birthed into infancy. And if we're allowed to continue that journey, we go and we become pre-teeners. And if we're allowed to continue that journey, we become adolescents. And if we're allowed to continue that journey, we become teenagers. If we're allowed to continue that journey, we go into our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, our 60s, our 70s, our 80s, our 90s, or 100. Noah went to be 950. But that is a process. That is a process. Allah Almighty has set everything in an orbit. Everything is in an orbit. We are created by someone. No one can take credit for their own existence. We can't even take credit for our own birth. How many of us can say we took part in our own birth? None of us. But we sit here. But we sit here with a mentality that's unaware of our true being. We sit here only knowing ourselves as a male or female, or what name our parents gave us, or where we live, or where our race is from, or where our tribe is from, where our nation is from. This is all we know. How we're going to make some money so we can have our bread, or our housing, or how we're going to travel with our transportation. This is all we know. You can teach a monkey to do that. Allah Almighty has set the sun in an orbit. It rises in the east and sets in the west. Allah says He has ordered that for a fixed number of days, for a fixed hour. The moon goes through all of its phases. It is fixed. It is on an orbit. All of the galaxies, they're not bumping into each other because everything is in an organized orbit. It is doing what it does. The heavens and the earth has to be in an orbit to be able to serve humanity. Allah asked the heavens to take on the trust. Allah asked the earth to take on the trust. They said no. They refused that trust because what is that trust? That trust is to be able to not be in your orbit. And so Allah Almighty loaned that trust to us. So if Allah Almighty loans something to us, that means that we have to give it back. It does not belong to us. We're saying to Allah, no, I'm not giving it back to you. It is for me. I do what I want to do when I want to do that. When, from the time that Musa alayhi salam, Moses was put in just a little basket, because at that time Pharaoh was killing all of the first young, because he knew someone was going to rise up in his nation and he would lose his power. Every time that happens, in every age, in every century, Allah Almighty is always raising someone up to fight anything that's being rebellious or rejecting Allah Almighty. At that particular time, it just happened to be Moses. And he was raised under Pharaoh. He had all the material things that anyone could ask for. He had power, he had respect, he had recognition among the people. But Musa alayhi salam did not know in which orbit Allah Almighty had put him in. He was living his life, enjoying his life. Then Allah Almighty set up an elaborate scheme. We have to realize that nothing happens except that Allah Almighty wills it. All good comes from divine presence. All evil comes from divine presence. Even though Allah Almighty has allowed us to be conduits of that evil or that good, everything comes from Allah Almighty. Nothing moves except that Allah does not permit it. So with that mentality, we begin to submit to our true being. Musa alayhi salam was set up, and they set him up to commit a murder. And he had to leave the place in which had raised him that he knew, and that's all he knew with his senses. That's all he knew. And so Allah Almighty had him to escape and was in the desert for 40 days. No food, no drink, no one serving him, no beautiful pools to swim in, no beautiful gatherings and feasting. Allah Almighty was breaking him down because he had to go through a process. Allah says the heavens and the earth cannot contain him, but the heart of the human being can contain him. That has a beginning and has an end cannot contain Allah Almighty. No matter how far we can see in the universe or in the sky, and no matter how high you go up in any rocket or any vehicle to take you higher and higher, there's still the sky that we see. But Allah Almighty said, it cannot contain me, nor the earth can contain me. So when he told Musa alayhi salam, and he drew him to a mountain, the valley of Tuwa,